Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So we have shared by Ruskin90, and this is regarding xPool, not XRP pool, though that may be the same thing, but that has not been confirmed quite yet. So again, just asking this question and tagging a few people in the community. Does anyone know something about this? Old news? Did I miss something? And here we are. So xPool, application service provider featuring application programming interface, API software in the fields of cross-border financial. And again, we can see the trademark here with owned by Ripple Labs Inc., the serial number, and it says xPool is a software solution designed by Ripple that will allow market makers to facilitate real-time transactions with exchanges. This will pool, so to speak, the global liquidity of XRP and standardize the price in all markets. Right here, Market Makers integrates with XRP Ledger to place offers algorithmically or through your own trading interface, providing liquidity between different gateways and their users. Coming soon. Now, I would like to actually see the date for this, but regarding this, we have Bank XRP, and this is full speculation, guys, and this is just kind of questioning and exploring what xPool could be, what XRP pool could be. Are they the same thing? Is PolySign involved in some manner? And keep in mind, that could be the secret to all of this, and that could be the way that they would custody and hold and secure all of these assets. So right here, Bank XRP, by consolidating liquidity to service international payments from many disjointed international Nostro accounts into one XRP pool. We have the PDF as well, but just to see a screenshot, just so you guys can read it and I don't have to zoom in, we see XRP pool in the middle of this whole correspondent banking network. All right, whether it's Germany, Brazil, the UK, Japan, and the United States, correspondent and respondent banking network, and we see XRP pool where they source the liquidity. So by consolidating liquidity to service international payments from many disjointed international Nostro accounts into one XRP pool, respondent banks allocate less total liquidity to service the same volume of global payments. Here is how. The bank only has to hold its domestic currency and maintain one account with XRP, because obviously XRP can be transferred into any other asset, so there's no need to hold 5 more different pre-funded accounts or whatever, how many corridors you have. It's not necessary anymore. So you're going to be able to save money by simply just holding one account with XRP. Next, the bank only needs enough XRP on hand to service its largest expected payments obligation. So instead of, say, holding billions upon billions, one for all of those pre-funded accounts, and there's inflation costs and capital costs associated with that, they can actually hold a significant, they don't have to hold the same amount of XRP, which is good and bad. So it's good for them because they can, hold less, and it's incentivizing them to hold XRP, and it's good for us because we want more and more of these groups to hold and stockpile XRP, whether it's banks or corporates. Right here, by making market makers by making markets, directly between its domestic currency and XRP, the bank minimizes the number of intermediaries involved in their markup on spreads. Boom. Now keep in mind, this is XRP pool, and we're asking, what is xPool? Are they the same thing? As we go down here, we got Michael Zischek here. I don't think xPool is XRP pool. If it was, then David Schwartz would surely be able to talk publicly about it. And again, David Schwartz says that he is unable to address it. And then this gentleman right here, or a woman, Seattle Best 2, says personally think xPool and PolySign are working together with central banks to provide liquidity. And guys, this is full speculation right here, but I want to talk about this because it's absolutely relevant. And we've heard about, pooling global liquidity, and especially whether it's a cloud solution or some form like that, or just resides on the blockchain in some manner. I think that this is very relevant to the future of the correspondent banking network. And yes, I 110% believe that XRP has a place. So then PolySign would then hold the assets for them. That's another reason he cannot speak on it. And then I Am Legion, wouldn't surprise me if you were correct. Maybe it's RippleNet plus PolySign equals xPool. And I really like that theory. That could make a lot of potential sense as well. Okay, so so nothing relevant there. But anyways, guys, let me know if you have any insight. Again, everything's linked here. If you guys just want to check this, I recently retweeted it. And again, it's on Bank XRP, and the PDF is right here. Okay, so that's why I recommend you get to Twitter if you want to look at this. And again, here's the link for the trademarks, and you can see xPool, third extension granted, and then here's the date. All right, so we got July 25th of 2017 when it was filed. All right, so I just answered my own question. I looked at this earlier and came back after launch. But okay. Next up, I Am Legion. Just briefly talking about Microsoft and the Interledger protocol. Yes, whether or not XRP is the primary means as an intermediary bridge asset, guys, I'm beyond confident that ILP will play a role in this. ILP is integrated with Apple Pay and a huge payment providers like Microsoft. So this shouldn't really be a question. The question is, will XRP be the primary means of settlement? That is our concern, but even if it gets a little fraction of it, I think that we will still be wildly successful. And obviously it is the most superior option to date, but it doesn't mean that competition can't come. And you know what? Competition is good. And I think I heard Jungle Inc. talking about this recently, just how Elon Musk is happy that there's competition in the electric car space, like Ford, their competitor, is coming, because it's going to drive innovation, drive the market to create more of these products, and overall it's just good for the ecosystem to improve payments. That's our goal at the end of the day. I mean, I know it's to make money, and I think that we're in the right asset, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to make the world a better place, and that's why the money is flowing towards it. So again, Microsoft's Marley Gray, Ripple, and ILP will be the fabric of multi-chain future. I'll try to skim through this. Ripple starts to make a lot of sense, especially when you throw Interledger Protocol, ILP, into the mix. Again, at the end of the day, the thing underlying all of these applications and smart contracts is payments. And again, XRP is best positioned to solve this payments problem. Ripple's website, right now there's a trend towards forming consortiums around various settlement use cases, which I think will play a big role, especially on Wall Street, such as with R3, the 300 plus banking consortium. And again, their first settlement mechanism is XRP on the Corda settler, or they can choose to use Swift GPI. But again, Swift GPI is basically just a glorified credit and debiting system, and that is not settling or reducing the Nostro and Vostro accounts. All right. There will be many chains for swaps, chains for bonds. They'll each have different characteristics, and see, just different use cases, guys. There's going to be more than enough money, more than enough needs and issues in this clunky architecture today. So we'll see chain patterns evolve. You could plug and play various consensus algorithms based on the products that exist on that chain. And there's just different sectors, public, private. There's different, industries altogether. So there's more than enough opportunity. Whether it's not just going to be XRP, there's going to be a handful of altcoins, whether it's Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, you never know. So just keep an open mind with that. Again, given this multi-chain, then you need an ILP, which is the glue in the system that holds everything together so that different chains can interoperate. That means a derivatives chain can interact with the securities chain it's derived from. In all of these interactions, you'll have to move money around. You have to move value, because blockchain to move value requires a digital asset or cryptocurrency. So you'll need Ripple for that. And aka they're referring to XRP, I'm assuming, because back in the day, XRP and Ripple were interchangeable. All right, Microsoft unveils that. Just talking about this, working with R3, JP Morgan, shouldn't be surprised. Obviously, blockchain addressing problems, an open approach, highly scalable, even mentioning, look, permission to Ethereum or other blockchain networks. That will be an important construct in the emerging world of variously interconnected blockchain systems. All right, we already know the connections with Hyperledger Fabric that we talk a lot about. We got Microsoft right here. Again, we can see JP Morgan, we got R3, we got Corda, we have Hyperledger, just all these groups as always. So keep referencing that. We can see that on the right as well. I'm probably missing some important things, but I just kind of want to skim through this. And again, Azure Blockchain as a service. So again, Microsoft using and exploring blockchain. And yes, there's always going to be value involved. All right, we're just going to finish up with this, and I have a really good video after this coming up. And basically, this is shared by Bank XRP. We have this gentleman, head of banking at SAP, and pardon any typos you see here, but basically, this gentleman is just talking, saying that blockchain absolutely has its use case today. It really does help them create efficient processes, but it's not going to solve every problem. But in particular, it will solve problems in the payment space, trade finance, where blockchain can really make a difference. So yes, adoption is coming, it's happening, and there's going to be more technologies that are created and branching off of distributed ledger technology. And for those of you that do not know, blockchain is actually one kind of DLT, distributed ledger technology. So there's many forms of this, but again, in terms of payments and creating the true internet of value, you best believe that when you own these cryptocurrencies right now that are suppressed, that are extremely undervalued right now, we could be earlier than we even think, which could be a downside for those of you that are impatient. But guys, the sky is the limit. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions, concerns. Feel free to check this out. I'm sure you might be able to find it. This is on trademarks.justia.com, and you can just type in XPool and you can check this out. And here's the number if you guys want to pause the screen and kind of search this and look into it yourself. But again, guys, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.